Benefis Orthopedic Center of Montana is the region's premier joint replacement program, and now board-certified physician Dr. Michael Doobie is performing anterior hip replacements using a specially designed HANA table, which allows patients to lie on their backs during the procedure. Using the HANA table, Dr. Doobie makes a single incision without cutting any surrounding muscle, which means patients have less pain and quicker recovery times. For more information on anterior hip replacements, call Benefis Orthopedic Center of Montana at 455-3650.
This is where it all began, in Eden, Montana, with a simple idea that neighbors would help each other in case of fire. This year, Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance Company is celebrating its 100th birthday. We offer coverage statewide with 6,000 members and still growing. With excellent service, fair premiums, and dedicated members, we hope these first 100 years are just a good beginning. We're Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance Company. Montanans insuring Montanans.
Question: what's Irish for trivia contest? Answer: pub quiz at the Celtic Cowboy Pub and Restaurant, of course. We're hosting pub trivia every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Bring your friends and compete for prizes by tackling a range of trivia questions in multiple categories. Better yet, form a team and play every week. Put your massive intellect on display, or just have a good time with your friends. If the question is how to have fun on Tuesday nights, then we have the answer. Pub quiz trivia at the Celtic Cowboy. Eat, drink, be Irish.
Great Falls College MSU, where it all begins. Where what begins? Your future. Make the choice. Find your beginning. In 2 short years, you'll have your associate degree. Wow, this is where it all begins. Start here, finish there. Your degree transfers across Montana. Find your future. It's within reach. Visit admissions.gfcmsu.edu today.
Best Western Plus Heritage Inn is more than just an inn. It's your everything, with Great Falls' best conference rooms and every amenity you could want. Why go anywhere else? Especially with the Max Sports Bar and Casino, who has your favorite game, drinks, food, and 16 flat-screen TV. The Best Western Plus Heritage Inn and Max Sports Bar and Casino.
It's a dream road trip or rush hour traffic, it can still be Destination Yay when you hit the drive-thru for a one-of-a-kind Coke from McDonald's for just $1. Turn an everyday trip into everyday yay.
Community. It's the people with whom you share something in common, who share your sense of place, this place. And whether you're a native or you stumbled upon our main street years ago, you're family. As family, we see the hard work you've done here over the years, and we've done our share too, creating more jobs, more opportunities, more ways to stay a family. And we'll keep working hard for you as we deliver on our promise of a bright future.
Welcome to Pure Bliss Cycle Sales, your solution for pure riding excitement, located in Conrad, Montana. Pure Bliss Cycle has been serving customers in northern Montana since the early 60s and continue to help you as a customer find the unit that best suits your needs. The staff is very knowledgeable, and they continue to learn on the motorsports world as it constantly changes. They have gone a long way since the three-wheeler days. Shop the showcase to see available units or in-stock inventory. Check out Pure Bliss Cycle Sales in Conrad today. When you've lived in the same area for years, you're bound to get involved in that community. From agriculture to athletics and everything in between. Randy Bogdan knows that communities thrive only with commitment. This is the same dedication and leadership that Randy and his team bring to serving you at Bogdan Agency. They'll show you how simple insurance can be with Farm Bureau Insurance. Contact the Bogdan Agency today, your Farm Bureau Insurance team for life. Commitment you can trust.
Hey, man. Yes, welcome back to the McLaughlin Center. It's game 2 of our doubleheader. It's the men's turn. Troy Mellinger here, just courtside up on stage, as the center stage will be center court, featuring the Argos of the University of Providence. And what we're going to do is we are going to take a quick break, as a matter of fact. Well, for our, national anthem. As a matter of fact, it is going to be a prayer out there. This is a prayer taking place out there at center court. We're going to let you listen in to the prayer this evening by PA announcer Glenn Lambert. So here he is with tonight's prayer from courtside Media Row.
Give all of us the wisdom to make sportsmanship, the enjoyment of competition, and the lessons learned from competition and preparation more important than the final score. With your assistance,
anthem's coming up here in a moment. All right, let's take a 2-minute break then. We've got the national anthem to start off the men's as well. So let's take a 2-minute break. When we come back, wait a minute now. What's that? We're not going to take it. Hold up everything. We're not going to have it? No anthem. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought for sure that we only had one anthem to start out the ball games of the evening at any location, and that's what I was under the impression of, and that's exactly what's going to be taking place this evening. So we'll keep it here. As always a little something to see if you're paying attention. That's exactly what it is, and I think Glenn was at his finest this evening. We've got the starting lineups coming up. Gabe Porter, let's get to it. Starting lineups for MSU Northern. They are the Northern Lights, straight out of Havre, Montana. Gabe Porter is a 6'1" junior from Walla Walla, Washington. Dare I say he went to Walla Walla Community College as well. Also, Devin Bray, number 24, is a 5'9" sophomore from Missoula, Montana. He will get the start alongside Justin Dunsmore. Dunsmore is a 6'6" sophomore. He's from Zilla, Washington, which is right next to God, right? God? Isn't God next to Zilla? I think so. Pretty close on the same highway anyway. Charles Porter, 6'2" junior, wears number 33. He's from Vegas, otherwise known as Las Vegas, home of the Raiders next year. Ryan Reeves, 6'10" junior, is from Wrangell, Arkansas. Wears the big 5-0 on the jersey under head coach Sean Hughes, assisted by Josh Peterson. So there you have it as far as the Northern Lights out of MSU Northern. Starting out for head coach Anthony Owens is Jack Taylor. He's a 6'2" junior out of Tampa, Florida. Besides Jack Taylor, Jared Schultz. Schultz wears number 3 on the jersey. He's a 6'1" senior from Stevensville, Montana. Yeah, he went to Blue Mountain Community College. And that incidentally was before he transferred last year to the University of Providence. Trayvon Bashir, 6'5", redshirt senior. He wears number 10, Trayvon does. He's from Inglewood, California. He attended the San Bernardino Community College before transferring here. And he'll be assisted by Sergio Berkeley. Berkeley is a 6'3" senior from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Wears number 11. Number 23 finishes out the starting 5, Stephen Clark, 6'7" senior from Montreal, Quebec. But he attended a junior college here in the States, and that was Gillette Junior College. Head coach Anthony Owens is assisted by Chris Lewis. Providence will be going from right to left, wearing, of course, their home jerseys, which very similar to the colors of the Seattle Seahawks. It is a dark blue, white blue, or I should say dark blue, white trim, along with that fluorescent green, going from right to left, of course, here on 102.7. Going from left to right, wearing the dark maroon, the gold and white will be MSU Northern as we go center court with a triple official set. As we get ready for Game 2 of the Benefits Health System Game of the Week today, here live from the McLaughlin Center. Here comes the official whistle. There it is, and the ball is up in the air, tip controlled by the Northern Lights of MSU. Now remember, the Skylights of MSU Northern on the ladies' side actually won the tip and lost the game. That's how that game started and finished. Lights come in, the Northern Lights come in at 3-3 in the league in the Frontier Conference. Driving toward the hoop is Devin Bray. He's cut off as they work it around the arc. Now trying to go inside the lane. That time was Porter. He was cut off. The Argonauts at 1-2, almost with a double hand slam as Ryan Reeves, but it's tipped out. Fresh 30 goes up on the board for the Northern Lights. Yeah, the Argonauts on a 6-game losing streak. They haven't won since, I believe, December 2nd. Bray up and in. Devin Bray puts up the first 2 and took 2 possessions, 2 30-second clocks for MSU Northern, but they got on the board. Now the Argos' turn. Here comes Providence with their first possession. Swing pass, left side Berkeley. Berkeley waiting for the pit to come open inside the lane, but nothing there. So he's got to kick it out. Top side as he goes to Taylor. Now deep inside the lane to Clark. Clark, one dribble. He'll go out front court, Bashir. He'll give back to Clark, and it's going to be a swat by Reeves. And dribbled out of bounds by Clark. Turnover against the Argos. That time, bit of a rejection, even though Clark went up for the lay-in. Reeves, who is standing way down court all by himself, all by his 6'10" self. But now he's going to be picked up by Clark on defense. Providence picks up man-to-man as Bray, with the only 2 points in the ball game, at the center line, goes to Reeves, that 6'10" giant, standing out, posting up topside. Shot clock down to 12. Lights with the ball. On the dribble, it's time. Looks like it's going to be Dunsmore. We've got a whistle and a charging foul. It'll go the other way. Ball tipped out of bounds. No charging foul. It was just tipped out. Argos down 2-0 here early on. Again, these are 2 20-minute halves. No pressure put on by the Northern Lights. They like to press in the second half, causing a bit of a turnover, but only if they get points scored. Feed pass left side to Bashir. Bashir gives it to Clark, right side free throw line. No, in and out. Rob, ready to say tied at 2. Lights quickly down court in a hurry. It's Porter on dribble. He'll kick it out top side to Dunsmore. Hands off to Bray, working off the screens quickly from left to right. Right around the rainbow. That's Skittles rainbow, but don't take one off the cheek. Don't do that, no. They're contagious for one thing, and it doesn't look good for another. Ball tipped out of bounds. Reeves loses it. And it'll be Lights ball underneath their own bucket. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Bray to inbound for MSU. Alley-oop to Reeves. One dribble, shots up, no, whistle on the floor. Looks like Clark tried to get the reach around. Whistle at a foul. First team foul against Providence this half. And it's number 1 on Clark. So a fresh 20 on the clock. Now Bray to inbound for the Lights, who lead 2-0. He'll quickly go to Porter. Porter penetrates, cut off. Back to Bray, three-pointer, not there. Rebound, Argos. Looks like in backcourt, Bashir will hold up. Now he'll hand off to Berkeley. Berkeley. He'll give to Schultz. Schultz touches it for the first time here tonight. Now he's being waved off by Berkeley to go in the corner. Shot clock down to 15. Berkeley penetrates. Pull-up jumper, no. Stolen away by Bray. Took one too many dribbles. Bray down court, lays it up, can't go, but a rebound by Reeves puts it back up, and it's 4-0 MSU. Lights come in also with a losing streak at 2. They started the season off winning at 95-80 against Mount Royal University, and then it was a shocker. They only lost by 5 against the Montana State Bobcats in Bozeman at the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse by a final of 78-73. On a 2-game losing streak. Right now the Lights lead it 4-0, but a shot three-pointer in and out, no good. Rebound goes to Reeves for MSU Northern. That time Schultz had a really good look at it, but he couldn't get it to fall. On the dribble is Porter. Porter across the 10-second line to Reeves, free throw line. Tries to feed inside to Porter. His shot is up, and it is good. Gabe Porter and Charles Porter. Charles Porter got this too, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Head coach Anthony Owens says we're down by 6. Let's take a break. So, up at the Built Valley Bank scoreboard, 16-20 here in the first half. It's the Northern Lights 6, the Argos nothing. Back at the McLaughlin Center in 60 seconds right after this timeout.
Making the decision to work with Dan and Jamie in the results program helped take my athleticism to the next level. Gave me a step up and allowed me, when I went into high school and when I went into college and even the pros, to be one of the more athletic people wherever I went, just because I had been training on it so long. No matter how hard you think you're working, that there's always somebody out there that wants your spot and one day will be your competition. If you want to make it to the highest level, then you will face those types of people, and you've got to be ready. And if you've put in the work before, you will be.
It's the Benefis Health System Game of the Week here on 102.7 KINX. 15:51 remaining in the first half. Northern Lights alley-oop down to Reeves. They lead by 8. Ryan Reeves, 6'10 junior out of Rangel, Arkansas, just scored his 4th point. Nice alley-oop, the 6'10", nothing but backboard on that one. Followed by, of course, some net as well. In the ballgame with a spin move, inside the lane is Jack Taylor. He's up underneath the lane, goes to Clark. Clark lays it in. Stephen Clark, first field goal after the Argos were down 8-0. Their first field goal came at the 15-17 mark. Full court press put on. Getting it across the 10-second line. Finally, the Northern Lights with a 3-pointer, but it's not there. Rebound, Bashir. One bounce pass as he gives off this time. On the left side is Rice, Deshaun Rice. He'll penetrate in. Give to Schultz. He'll kick it back out to Rice for his 3-pointer. Not there. Rebound, Taylor. High in the air. Argos get an offensive board. Goes to Schultz. His 3. It's off the mark. It won't fall. What was knocking down in warm-up certainly turning cold here in the ballgame. The real deal. MSU Northern having it, lead at 8-2. Feed to Reeves, posting up high. The 6'2 junior, waiting for somebody to take over. Now he'll feed off left side to Dunsmore. He takes a 3, not there. Clark gets the DB, outlet pass over to Taylor. Taylor down court, one quick pass over to Rice. Rice up and in, reverse layup. Got it to go, and we've got a timeout on the floor, so let's take the break as head coach Sean Hughes of MSU Northern wants to slow it down and change momentum. Up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard, 14-22 here in the first half. Northern Lights 8, Argos 4. Back in 60 with more after this 60-second timeout.
Star Radio, on air, on target, and free.
When Great Falls looks for entertainment and news and information, Star Radio comes through.
Our web and social sites are among the most visited sites in our daily lives.
When important events happen both big and small, Star Radio is there to inform.
Welcome back to live action, everyone, on 102.7. Your home for the Argos, who are down 8-4 with the ball. Inside to Schultz as we're back at the McLaughlin Center for game 2 of a doubleheader. Ladies won it 67-62 over the Skylights as the Argos are trying to get themselves back into this one. They've got a fresh 30 off the miss. Now they go to Bashir. He's inside the lane. He'll kick it out to Schultz. 3-pointer, not there. Can't buy a 3 even at Walmart on special after Christmas. That's cold. Left side baseline, Porter. And that incidentally is Charles Porter as he gives to Reeves at the free throw line. Back to Porter, but it's stolen away. Down court, Rice. It's a 2-on-3. Kicks it right side at Taylor, but he's not open. Back out to Rice. Argos are going to have to reset. Everybody's clear. They came down and set up. So Providence now will design a play. Rice on the right wing. Facing man-to-man pressure. Inside is Schultz, but he's facing 6'10". He's got to back his way out. Shot clock now to 10. Now to Taylor. Inside to Clark. He's inside the lane. He one-hands it. Comes up short. Couldn't get the roll on that one. So now here comes Northern. MSU Northern Lights leading at 8-4. Penetrating in just to kick it out. Give it to Bakalarski. Bakalarski can't get the 3. Can Providence get it the other end? Swinging around the horseshoe, it's Bashir to Rice to Schultz. Feed down to Clark. He had to dive for it. Couldn't reach it. That feed tried to get him away from the 6'2 junior. I should say 6'10 junior of the Northern Lights, who will come out. So MSU Northern will lose a little height. Kavion Jones is 6'5". They lose about 5 inches on the post player. 12:22 remaining, and we've got a media timeout. Let's take the break. Up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard, 12:22 on the clock here in the first half. It's a 4-point difference. Northern Lights 8, Argos 4. Back in 60 with more from the McLaughlin Center after this 60-second timeout.
I am taco. Taco John's chicken sopapilla taco. Go ahead, say it with me. Sopapilla. That's right. The sopapilla isn't just for dessert. It's also for creating Taco John's most insane original taco yet. Me! The chicken sopapilla taco. Stuffed with crunchy chicken, kicked up with honey habanero sauce, and topped with lime sour cream, shredded cheddar cheese, and fresh pico de gallo. You always say you should try new things. Well, here I am. Try me. Taco John's. Unwrap the original.
Hi, this is Randy.
Randy, it's Steph. We got into an accident.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, but my friend was driving. They took her to the hospital.
Is she okay?
I'm not sure. What should I do?
Does she have auto or life insurance?
I don't know. Is she supposed to?
She should. Her parents could be left with all of her medical bills.
This health system game of the week. Welcome back to the McLaughlin Center. Live coverage continues of Argo basketball. 12:22 remains here in the first half. 2 20-minute halves here on the men's side. There was 4 10s on the ladies' side, where the Lady Argos got that win 67-62. MSU Northern in the ball game is Adam Hughes. He is the son of Coach Sean Hughes, 6'1" sophomore from Bozeman. If you remember, he came in as a freshman and has seen a lot of PT since. Fresh 30 on the clock now for MSU Northern. Working the ball on the dribble out in front court is Porter, Charles Porter. He'll feed to Jones. Jones right side free throw line. Back to Porter, loses it, picks up the loose stuff, still out in front court, down to 14. Now trying to work his way inside the lane is Harper. He's cut off. Now feed down to Harper as he gives to Jones, right back to him, and it's taken away by Bashir. Bashir with the ball. Argos have it, down by 4, 8-4. Wetzel three-pointer, bingo! Jake Wetzel from GFH, former Bison right here in Great Falls High. And Wetzel puts the first three, the 6'2" junior, and makes it 8-7, back within 1. Lights have it, 15 on the shot clock. Free throw line is Jones, has to pass out in front court. Does so as he gives to Porter. Porter dribbles in, draws a foul. Team foul number 2 against the Argos. And number 1, and is that Clark? I got Clark down for 1 already. Nope, they're going to say it is Taylor. That's right. I had Clark down for 1, Jack Taylor now for 1. Free throw line will be Porter, Charles Porter. Remember, there's a Gabe Porter as well. But Gabe's resting easily now on the bench for MSU Northern. 11:03 remaining here in the first half. We've got a cut, I believe an elbow. So we've got a substitution to come out. I think coming out of the ball game now is Matthew McGregor. No, he's going to come in. All right, so Taylor will come out. He'll get a Gatorade break. Try to get everybody lined up the way they need to after the substitutions. So McGregor does come in. We've got a 2-shot foul. That's only the second team foul this half. MSU Northern have yet to be whistled team-wise. Reeves now will decide to come back in now for the Northern Lights. Lights come in at 3-3 in the Frontier Conference. They're 13-5 overall. Their last loss was a 2-point disappointment, 79-77 against Montana Western. Meanwhile, a 6-point heartbreaker against Lewis Clark State. The Argos lost it last Thursday, 67-60. Shots up and in by Porter. He's 1 for 1 at the free throw line. First free throw of the evening for either team. And he makes it a 2-point difference. Lights lead at 9-7 here early on. Once again, Porter now for MSU Northern. Eyes it for his second, and yes, this one will go. No pressure put on. Fall backing into what appears to be a man-to-man defense. And here comes Rice. Rice at the free throw line, stops his dribble, back door, goes to McGregor. He feeds it inside the lane to Clark, and Clark's going to have it double-teamed and a fight for it on the floor. They're going to say a timeout is called, but we're going to keep it here. We'll keep it here during this timeout. We'll keep it here at the McLaughlin Center. It's game 2 of a doubleheader. Clark was on the floor, Stephen Clark. and he was having a tough time trying to gain his footing and get back up while not losing control. So head coach, of course, Anthony Owen says, let's burn a 30. So that's exactly what he did. 10:44 remaining here in the first half. 10-7 after being down 8-0. The Argos scored the next 7 to cut it to 1. That was compliments of a 3-pointer by Wetzel, and of course Clark and Rice have the other 2. Following this ball game, don't forget it's a makeup game against Montana Tech tomorrow. And I want to say a makeup half due to a slam dunk backboard destruction. Yeah, you remember the, what was that, Dawson days? Is that right? Destroying backboards before the springs were put in? Well, they've got to finish up the second half of the Argo-Montana Tech game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock here on 102.7. Be sure and join us. McGregor for a long 2. And Matthew McGregor, the 5'8" senior out of Paradise, California, once again brings the Argos back within 110-9. Back in the ball game, Adam Hughes got a bit of a rest there during that timeout. As he looks at Reeves, no, he's going to feed over left side to Porter. Porter takes the screen from Reeves, and that's a big screen. Now he'll hand off. Reeves at the free throw line looking for a give and go. Porter takes it free throw line, down to 5 seconds on the shot clock. MSU Northern has to get it off. Down to 2, down to 1. Shots up and in by Harper. Anthony Harper on a fadeaway. Off-balance shot going inside the lane. Got it to roll. Argos once again down by 3, 12-9. Rice, Wetzel, working it around the arc. Feed over left side now to Norisias. Norisias in the ball game now for Providence, who's down by 3. McGregor looking for someplace. Nice bounce pass to Norisias. Norisias. Wesley Norisias picks up his first field goal. Goes back within 1. First game was knotted up 4 times on the ladies' side of things, and it was a 3-point difference right down to the final 18 seconds. This game, it's 1-point difference, 12-11 Northern. With the ball, Hughes on dribble. Looking for someplace to go, they go to Reeves down baseline. He's going head-to-head against Clark, takes him in and lays it up and not in. Clark pulls the shot off the rim. Ball tipped out of bounds down court. Breaking that one up was Harper, as Providence really tried to run with that one. Argos can take the lead for the first time here tonight. Wetzel, formerly from Great Falls High, had a chance to call a few bingos with him as he can drop down the 3 like nobody's business. Back in the ball game now is Bashir. He'll come in for Providence. Clark will get a rest for the Argos, as Wetzel on the near side, near midcourt, will inbound. He'll go to Rice. Rice out in front court. Calls out play number 4. Shot clock's at 20. Under 9 left to play on the game clock. First half. Inside the lane, nice give and go. It's not there. That time shot by Bashir came up a little bit long off the back of the rim. Rebound MSU Northern. On the run is, once again, it's Bray. That's Devin Bray. Dribbles right around the front court, working from left to right, and now as he goes to Reeves, one moving left, the other moving right, and it is a turnover against MSU Northern. Argos will once again get it back. Down by 1, 12-11 with 8:26 on the clock. First half. Rice on dribble, no pressure until he meets Bray at the 3-point line. And he takes it all the way in for the lead. Can't get it to go, but grabbing it. 1 hand, 2 hand, and a technical by Bashir. Bashir took it off the rim on the missed shot that time by Rice. And after he double hand slammed in his face with a scream to Reeves, that drew the tee. So Bashir just a little bit fired up. Gave the Argos a 1-point lead, 13-12. And Bray at the free throw line for MSU Northern to get the lead back. First one up, first one in. So just like that, momentarily now, we're tied at 1-3. Double hand slam followed by an in-your-face scream to Reeves. And Bray, just like that, takes away the 1-point lead and the possession in favor of MSU Northern. But it really brings the crowd up, gives a lot of excitement there when you can grab that Off the rim, the missed shot, and put it down double-handed with a slam. That was with a Thora T. Unfortunately, the T stood for technical. MSS Northern with it around our half-court line, and it's stolen away by the Argos. Back to Rice, looks off the three. He's got it, tries to go baseline, kicks it up to Wetzel. His three-pointer comes up a little bit short, but there, the Argos will lay it right back up and in. Is Norris Sias with his second field goal and an offensive putback. Argos lead it back again, this time by one, 15-14. In backcourt, Bray. Cross-court pass, giving it up to Hughes. Northern Lights down by a single point. It's our second, make that our third lead change. As Reeves posting up high at the free throw line, looking for some place to toss it. Finally, Bray gets loose, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back to Reeves, baseline. Ball stripped out of his hands, down court. Here comes Rice. Rice gives it up to Norris Sias, and it's up, but it's not in. Norris Sias will be at the free throw line, should be shooting two. Great ball movement that time of the Argos. Wetzel got the steal. He quickly went to Rice. Rice went to Norris Sias, and he went up for the easy layup. Couldn't get it to fall, but he got the call. Will be at the free throw line. Under 7.5 left to play here in the first half. Argos down by one. I should say Argos up by one, now two on the 5th point by Norris Sias, the 5'11" sophomore. Reeves will come out. Back in the ball is Jones for the Northern Lights. Free throw line, Norris Sias, as Taylor gets ready to check back in for the shooter. Nope, he will come in for Wetzel. Wetzel 1 for 2 from three-point range. Got a little bit of energy out there on the floor from long distance for the Argos, and he'll get a rest. So Norris Sias gets the ball back at the free throw line, trying to make it a 3-point advantage, and can't do it. Ball comes right into the hands of Dunsmore for the Northern Lights, and we go the other way. Down by 2, MSU Northern. With the ball, far side, Jones. Jones gives it up to Hughes for a three-pointer, but it's not there. Rebound, Bashir all the way down court to Taylor. Now to Rice as they quickly move the ball without the dribble. Rice going to Taylor. Wants to penetrate. He'll go all the way in for the layup, but instead he's going to kick it back out in front court. Looking for some place to go. Spin move inside the lane, and shots up but not there for Norris Sias. Norris Sias can't get the easy roll to go, and the Argos still only lead by 2. 6:38 on the clock here in the first half. 16-14 your score. Jones gets the feed for MSU Northern at the free throw line. Waiting for somebody to come up. Finally getting it is Dunsmore. Wants to penetrate. He'll kick it up, trying to go to Bray. Bray back to Dunsmore for 3. Bingo! Dunsmore's only field goal tonight, and it's a 3. And once again, the Argos down by 1, 17-16. Argos with the ball, 6:10 left to play here in the first half. As Bashir out in front court, working the perimeter with Rice. Rice now will penetrate, goes in for the easy layup. Once again, the Argos lead by 1. That time, Rice in his second field goal, good for 4. Argos match up immediately on the inbound, man-to-man. Bray clears everybody out. He's going head-to-head against Rice. Gets it across the 10-second line to Dunsmore, who just cracked the whip, hit a 3. Hands off to Jones at the free throw line. Now, as he goes inside, it's going to be a whistle and a charging foul that time on Porter, Gabe Porter. He couldn't hit the brakes quick enough, and that's the second team foul against the Argos, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take the break. Up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard. 5:35 remains here in the first half. Argos lead by 1 over the Northern Lights, 18-17. Back in 60 with more after this 60-second timeout.
And even her student debt.
Oh no, what do we do?
The time to get the insurance is before the accident. See me today, and let's get you covered.
Contact the Bogdan Agency, your Farm Bureau insurance team for life.
For your next project, bring in A.T. Clemens. We're your #1 source for all your electrical, plumbing, heating and cooling, and commercial roofing needs. We offer 24/7 service, design and build services, computer and phone wiring services, and much more. Check out our website for a comprehensive list of services. A.T. Clemens. Call us or visit our website today.
Live from the McLaughlin Center, home of the Argonauts. That's right, the University of Providence, Great Falls, as we come back to live coverage, play-by-play here on 102.7 KINX. Argos lead it by 1, 18-17. That was a player control foul. It was against Gabe Porter. That is his first personal. Team foul number 2 against MSU Northern, as the Argos have a 1-point lead with the ball. Feeding it to Taylor. Taylor tries to penetrate, cut off. Rice now takes it inside. He gives off to Bashir, right back to Rice, and Rice will cash in. Rice with 2 quick buckets, 6 on the evening so far, but in the last 2 minutes. Across the 10-second line is Bakalarowski as he feeds to Dunsmore. Dunsmore goes baseline. Nobody picked him up, got the easy 2, cut it to 1. Argos waste no time. Rice open for a 3-pointer, but it's off the rim, no good. Rebound Dunsmore. Made the offensive board count on the other end, gets back for a defensive rebound at this. So the Northern Knights down by 1, trying to take the lead. Can't get it to roll, but there with Jones. Jones has it stripped out of his hands, but it's stripped out of bounds. That's too far out. Rice almost came up with a steal. Jared Schultz back in the ball game. He got the start. Rice will get a rest. He did not. 4:40 on the clock. Inbounding will go to slap at the ball right side baseline, looking for some place. Bray kicks it out in front court. He'll go to Porter. That's Charles Porter. Charles keeps it himself. Now feeds to Reeves at the free throw line. Now he'll go to Bray. Bray, man-to-man pressure, tries to shake his man loose. Takes a screen from Reeves on the give and go. The alley-oop. Coming up underneath him that time is Bashir to get position, but it cost him a whistle and a foul. I think that is number 1 on Trayvon. Nope, that's his second. Team foul number 4 against Providence this half. 4:25 remains here in the first 20. Speaking of 20, Argos lead at 20-19. Reeves trying to cut into that. Maybe even take the lead by 1. Reeves, a couple of field goals, no free throws so far here this evening. First one up and comes up a little bit short. Now, you know, for a guy that stands 6'10", that came up a little bit short. Not saying he does not shoot over 60% from the free throw line, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to play the shack attack if this is a really close game toward the end. Nice crowd on tap tonight. Everybody filled up here at the McLaughlin Center. Shots up. This time gets a friendly bounce. Drops in. And we're knotted for the second time this evening, this time at 2-0. On dribble. Looks like it's Berkeley. Berkeley to McGregor. He wants a 3-pointer. Bingo! McGregor's second field goal. The first one was a reverse layup. That time he got the 3. It's the biggest lead for the Argos. As remember, the Northern Lights were up 8-0 before Providence even scored. Porter across the 10-second line. He's cut off by Clark. Still takes it right past him on the right side for an easy bucket. 1-point difference. McGregor looks off the 3. Behind the back dribble. Can't get himself free. So now he's going to go baseline, looking for some place, kicks it out in front court to Schultz. Shot clock is at 15. Schultz dribbling out in the front court perimeter, penetrates, kicks it over to Taylor. Taylor will penetrate, shot clock down to 10, lays it off the glass up and in. Jack Taylor, as he found himself off a screen baseline, wasted no time, catching some height, got a really nice look. In backcourt, Bray facing full court pressure with Dunsmore. Finally at the midline, he's got to get it across the 10-second line, and he does so at the 3:12 mark. Feed to Reeves, gets everybody moving right, and one-hand slam jumps it left. Ryan Reeves, his 7th point tonight came on a one-handed slam. And it's a 1-point difference again, 25-24 is McGregor. He puts up 2 more. What penetration by McGregor as he beat everybody to the hoop there. Freestyled it down the right side of the lane. We're down to 2-4-5 here in the first half. Argos up by 3, 27-24. And Jones, or check that, Porter takes it across the 10-second line. Goes to Reeves, the 6'10 junior at the free throw line. Feeds inside. Dunsmore broke himself off the screen of the back door. That screen was wide open, and that's not good when it's like, 28 degrees outside. Inside to Clark. Clark will be fouled as Dunsmore got him from behind. So now it'll be the Argos at the free throw line, up by 1, 27-26. 2:17 remaining here in the first half. Third team foul up on the board for the Northern Lights. And that's the first personal on Dunsmore. So at the free throw line, you'll see Clark. Stephen Clark, 6'7 senior out of Montreal. Speaks a little French Canadian. You have to listen close, though. Got to pay attention when the man speaks, and he goes 1 for 1 at the free throw line. Argos are led by 3. Northern Lights by 8. Once again, Clark, as he'll eye the bucket for the Argos to put him up by 3, and no, this one finds its way out somehow. Northern Lights have it. Porter across the 10-second ticker at the midline, backs himself out toward the center. Feeds it to Reeves' free throw line. Reeves, this time he's going to hand off to Bakalarski. Bakalarski will give to Dunsmore, who's cut off. Now they're going to go out left side for a three-pointer, but this shot's up the mark by Hughes. Hughes can't make the shot. Here comes Taylor on a 1-on-1, all the way up, all the way in. Jack Taylor, what a transition. All of a sudden, the Argos lead by 4, 30-26, their biggest lead. And the ball is stolen away out in front court by Schultz. Here comes Providence. McGregor right back to Schultz, up and in. That time Schultz will get it, but give McGregor an incredible assist as we go to a break. Up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard, 132 here in the first 20 at the McLaughlin Center. It's the Argos 32, the Northern Lights 26, back in 60 with more right after this 60-second timeout.
Have you ever had this happen to you? Of course you have. Trying to get out your old storm door panels and storm windows to clean. And then this happens. Well, let us help you with upgrading to a new screen-away storm door where you never have to remove glass panels again. And energy efficient doesn't mean unattractive. We have a large selection of styles to choose from. One call does it all. We are Anderson Glass Doors and Windows.
Benefice Orthopedic Center of Montana is the region's premier joint replacement program. And now board-certified physician Dr. Michael Doobie is performing anterior hip replacements using a specially designed HANA table, which allows patients to lie on their backs during the procedure. Using the HANA table, Dr. Doobie makes a single incision without cutting any surrounding muscle, which means patients have less pain and quicker recovery times. For more information on anterior hip replacements, call Benefice Orthopedic Center of Montana at 455-3650.
Our first 20. And right now it's a 6-point difference. The Argos have extended that 1-point lead to 6, 32-26. Northern Lights have led by as much as 8. Lights will inbound facing some pressure. Looks like they get a man-to-man. Schultz will guard the inbound of Adam Hughes. And Bakalarski will inbound. Finally goes to Porter. Hughes, who gets it back, still have to get it across the 10-second line. They've got 1 second to do so, and they do. 9.5 seconds to get it across the 10-second line. Shot clock down to 15. Feed to Reeves, the big 6'10 at the free throw line. Shot clock down to 10 as Reeves finally gets rid of it to Jones. Now to Porter. He goes to Dunsmore. He'll kick it over to Hughes. Three-pointer. Not there. Rebound fought for, tipped around. Dunsmore loses it after he went on the floor. He lost it on the putback. And it'll be personal foul number 1 on Nora Sias. Nora Sias, whistle number 1. Team foul number 5 this half. Comes at the 102.7 second mark. Dunsmore at the free throw line. He'll shoot a couple. Right now, he's got a couple of 2s and 1 3s looking for the singles. Dunsmore. First one for MSU Northern. Doesn't go. In and out, no good. The 6'6" sophomore from Zilla, Washington. So now also back in the ball game is Berkeley for Providence, as Dunsmore eyes the bucket. One more for Dunsmore. This one on its way. This one fine. The back of the rim doesn't go. Ball tipped out by MSU Northern. It'll be Argo basketball as Dunsmore goes 0 for 2 at the free throw line. That could have cut it to 4. And of course, both Dunsmore as well as Reeves were trying to fight for it, tip it out of bounds. So now here comes the Argos with a 6-point lead. Couple of possessions left to go here in the first half. Rice across the 10-second line far side as he hits midcourt. Gets Clark to move, now to Schultz. Schultz out in front court, right side wing. Penetrates, gets inside the lane, tries to feed to Clark, and it's stolen away by MSU Northern. Picking up the ball is Bakalarski. Give it up to Hughes, pump fake inside the lane, back to Porter, three-pointer, not there. Rebound Reeves. Shot clock turned off, 25 seconds remain. MSU Northern can hold it for the last one as Reeves holds it, looking for a back door at the free throw line. Couple of dribbles, now feeds it right side to Dunsmore. He'll penetrate in, goes to Porter inside the lane, feed to Reeves. Reeves can't get the dunk to go, but then again, it was a whistle and a foul anyway. Clock stopped at 10.6 remaining. And it'll be MSU basketball underneath their own bucket. I believe that is Clark picking up whistle number 3. Nope, they're going to say number 2. I had him down for number 2. They put up 3 and then they changed it to 2. So MSU will inbound, down by 6, 32-26. 10.6 on the clock. That was the 6th team foul against the Argos. So inbounding will be Bakalarski for MSU Northern. Right side of the bucket, looking for someplace. Hughes takes it, three-pointer, bingo! Hughes cuts it in half, 5 seconds. Here comes Rice. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, throws it up, and a whistle and a foul as he tried to put up a desperation. The clock did not stop, and it should have. With 1 second left, at least one. So the foul, I believe, is going to be on Porter. Charles Porter, whistle number 1 for the Northern Lights. Team-wise 4. Officials are going over to the scorekeeper, the clock keeper, and they're going to put 2.5. When the whistle blew for the foul, 2.5 remains. 2 shots for Rice, free throw line. Rice so far, 3 twos, no ones. He'll shoot these one at a time. Yes, count the first. 6-foot senior from Fort Smith, Arkansas. There's a Fort Smith here in Montana, but he's from Arkansas. Of course, Fort Smith depicted in the movie John Wayne and the Cowboys, as well as True Grit. Shots up, and it is in, which also starred John Wayne, his only Oscar. So Rice gets 2 for 2. Inbound goes to MSU's Porter across the 10-second line. 2-1. Got it to go from 3 as he was fading out of bounds. An off-balance three-pointer just tossed it up, and that cuts it to a 2-point ball game. That's what we call a bingo, pop the cork champagne. We send both teams to the locker room here at the McLaughlin Center. Up at the Built Valley Bank scoreboard, it's the Argos of the University of Providence 34, the Northern Lights of MSU Northern 32. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Benefits Health System Game of the Week halftime show after this 3-minute timeout.
When you've lived in the same area for years, you're bound to get involved in that community. From agriculture to athletics and everything in between, Randy Bogdan knows that communities thrive only with commitment. This is the same dedication and leadership that Randy and his team bring to serving you at Bogdan Agency. They'll show you how simple insurance can be with Farm Bureau Insurance. Contact the Bogdan Agency today, your Farm Bureau Insurance team for life. Commitment you can trust.
This is where it all began, in Eden, Montana, with a simple idea that neighbors would help each other in case of fire. This year, Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance Company is celebrating its 100th birthday. We offer coverage statewide with 6,000 members and still growing. With excellent service, fair premiums, and dedicated members, we hope these first 100 years are just a good beginning. We're Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance Company. Montanans insuring Montanans.
Question: what's Irish for trivia contest? Answer: pub quiz at the Celtic Cowboy Pub and Restaurant, of course. We're hosting pub trivia every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Bring your friends and compete for prizes by tackling a range of trivia questions in multiple categories. Better yet, form a team and play every week. Put your massive intellect on display, or just have a good time with your friends. If the question is how to have fun on Tuesday nights, then we have the answer. Pub quiz trivia at the Celtic Cowboy. Eat, drink, be Irish.
Great Falls College MSU, where it all begins. Where what begins? Your future. Make the choice. Find your beginning. In 2 short years, you'll have your associate degree. Wow, this is where it all begins. Start here, finish there. Your degree transfers across Montana. Find your future. It's within reach. Visit admissions.gfcmsu.edu today.
Best Western Plus Heritage Inn is more than just an inn. It's your everything, with Great Falls' best conference rooms and every amenity you could want. Why go anywhere else? Especially with the Max Sports Bar and Casino, who has your favorite games, drinks, food, and 16 flat-screen TV. The Best Western Plus Heritage Inn and Max Sports Bar and Casino.
Whether it's a dream road trip or rush hour traffic, it can still be destination yay when you hit the drive-thru for a one-of-a-kind Coke from McDonald's for just $1. Turn an everyday trip into everyday yay.
Community. It's the people with whom you share something in common, who share your sense of place, this place. And whether you're a native or you stumbled upon our main street years ago, you're family. As family, we see the hard work you've done here over the years, and we've done our share too, creating more jobs, more opportunities, more ways to stay a family. And we'll keep working hard for you as we deliver on our promise of a bright future.
Welcome to Pure Bliss Cycle Sales, your solution for pure riding excitement, located in Conrad, Montana. Pure Bliss Cycle has been serving customers in northern Montana since the early 60s and continue to help you as a customer find the unit that best suits your needs. The staff is very knowledgeable, and they continue to learn on the motorsports world as it constantly changes. They have gone a long way since the three-wheeler days. Shop the showcase to see available units or in-stock inventory. Check out Pure Bliss Cycle Sales in Conrad today. When you've lived in the same area for years, you're bound to get involved in that community. From agriculture to athletics and everything in between, Randy Bogdan knows that communities thrive only with commitment. This is the same dedication and leadership that Randy and his team bring to serving you at Bogdan Agency. They'll show you how simple insurance can be with Farm Bureau Insurance. Contact the Bogdan Agency today, your Farm Bureau Insurance team for life. Commitment you can trust.
Making the decision to work with Dan and Jamie in the results program helped take my athleticism to the next level, gave me a step up and allowed me when I went into high school and when I went into college and even the pros to be one of the more athletic people wherever I went, just because I had been training on it so long. No matter how hard you think you're working, that there's always somebody out there that wants your spot and one day will be your competition. If you want to make it to the highest level, then you will face those types of people, and you've got to be ready. And if you've put in the work before, you will be.
Star Radio, on air, on target, and free.
When Great Falls looks for entertainment and news and information, Star Radio comes through.
Our web and social sites are among the most visited sites in our daily lives.
When important events happen both big and small, Star Radio is there to inform.
Today, with more ways than ever to experience the moments that transform our lives, Montanans choose Star Radio more than any other radio stations.
It takes tremendous effort, cooperation of management, programming, technology, engineering, sales, and marketing, and community involvement to ensure a station brand commits to life for the advertiser and listener.
Star Radio is more than what goes out over the air.
It's who we are.
It's how we live and what we do for the public.
Reaching more people, touching more lives. We are Star Radio, proud and privileged to serve.
I am Taco. Taco John's Chicken Sopapilla Taco. Go ahead, say it with me. Sopapilla. That's right. The Sopapilla isn't just for dessert. It's also for creating Taco John's most insane original taco yet. Me! The Chicken Sopapilla Taco. Stuffed with crunchy chicken, kicked up with honey habanero sauce, and topped with lime sour cream, shredded cheddar cheese, and fresh pico de gallo. You always say you should try new things. Well, here I am. Try me. Taco John's. Unwrap the original.
Hi, this is Randy.
Randy, it's Steph. We got into an accident.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, but my friend is driving. They took her to the hospital.
Is she okay?
I'm not sure. What should I do?
Does she have auto or life insurance?
I don't know. Is she supposed to?
She should. Her parents could be left with all of her medical bills and even her student debt.
Oh no, what do we do?
The time to get the insurance is before the accident. See me today, and let's get you covered.
Contact the Bogdan Agency, your Farm Bureau insurance team for life.
For your next project, bring in A.T. Clemens. We're your #1 source for all your electrical, plumbing, heating and cooling, and commercial roofing needs. We offer 24/7 service, design and build services, computer and phone wiring services, and much more. Check out our website for a comprehensive list of services. A.T. Clemens. Call us or visit our website today.
Have you ever had this happen to you? Of course you have. Trying to get out your old storm door panels and storm windows to clean. And then this happens. Well, let us help you with upgrading to a new screen-away storm door where you never have to remove glass panels again. And energy efficient doesn't mean unattractive. We have a large selection of styles to choose from. One call does it all. We are Anderson Glass Doors and Windows.
Benefis Orthopedic Center of Montana is the region's premier joint replacement program. And now board-certified physician Dr. Michael Doobie is performing anterior hip replacements using a specially designed HANA table, which allows patients to lie on their backs during the procedure. Using the HANA table, Dr. Doobie makes a single incision without cutting any surrounding muscle, which means patients have less pain and quicker recovery times. For more information on anterior hip replacements, call Benefis Orthopedic Center of Montana at 455-3650.
When you've lived in the same area for years, you're bound to get involved in that community. From agriculture to athletics and everything in between, Randy Bogdan knows that communities thrive only with commitment. This is the same dedication and leadership that Randy and his team bring to serving you at Bogdan Agency. They'll show you how simple insurance can be with Farm Bureau Insurance. Contact the Bogdan Agency today, your Farm Bureau insurance team for life. Commitment you can trust.
This is where it all began in Eden, Montana with a simple idea, that neighbors would help each other in case of fire. This year, Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance Company is celebrating its 100th birthday. We offer coverage statewide with 6,000 members and still growing. With excellent service, fair premiums, and dedicated members, we hope these first 100 years are just a good beginning. We're Cascade Farmers Mutual Insurance Company. Montanans insuring Montanans.
Question: what's Irish for trivia contest? Answer: pub quiz at the Celtic Cowboy Pub and Restaurant, of course. We're hosting pub trivia every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Bring your friends and compete for prizes by tackling a range of trivia questions in multiple categories. Better yet, form a team and play every week. Put your massive intellect on display, or just have a good time with your friends. If the question is how to have fun on Tuesday nights, then we have the answer. Pub quiz trivia at the Celtic Cowboy. Eat, drink, be Irish.
Great Falls College MSU, where it all begins. Where what begins? Your future. Make the choice. Find your beginning. In 2 short years, you'll have your associate degree. Wow, this is where it all begins. Start here, finish there. Your degree transfers across Montana. Find your future. It's within reach. Visit admissions.gfcmsu.edu today.
Best Western Plus Heritage Inn is more than just an inn, it's your everything. With Great Falls' best conference rooms and every amenity you could want. Why go anywhere else? Especially with the Max Sports Bar and Casino, who has your favorite games, drinks, food, and 16 flat-screen TV. The Best Western Plus Heritage Inn and Max Sports Bar and Casino.
Their action tonight looks like MSU Northern will be hosting Montana Tech coming up this Saturday, January 20th. That'll be an 8 p.m. tip-off, and of course it'll be in the Armory Gymnasium in Havre MT. Now they won't face Lewis Clark State College until a week from tomorrow, which will be January 26th. And again, that's a home game, as what appears to be 3-game homestand for the MSU Northern Lights after, of course, they finish out on the road here at the McLaughlin Center. What's up next for, of course, Providence? Well, the University of Providence Great Falls, after they face MSU Northern, like I mentioned, then, of course, Tech tomorrow and Friday night. They'll be hosting Montana Western for their actual 4th of 5 games in a row. That'll be next Friday, the 26th. And then, of course, Saturday evening slam on the 27th will finish out a 5-game homestand for Providence as they host Lewis Clark State. And that will be, incidentally, before they head to Carroll. Carroll, of course, getting their 2nd loss. That, incidentally, puts them at number 10. As far as Frontier Conference action, Lewis Clark State ranked number 8. They're the highest when it comes to Frontier in the NAIA. Who, by the way, is ranked number 1? That's William Penn out of Iowa. 4 first-place votes. They're 16-1. Even though Lindsey Wilson out of Kentucky is 17-0, they come in at number 2. The 3rd-ranked team in the NAIA top 25 poll is LSU Shreveport, obviously out of Louisiana. They are at 16-1. Carroll, like I say, is ranked number 10 out of the Frontier. Montana Western 16. And yes, that is it as far as Frontier action in the top 25. We're about ready for the second half to begin as the MSU Northern Lights take to the court. Argos now will be going from left to right on your radio dial. Now remember, you can also listen in on 102.7 KINX.com. And that has to be incredibly helpful since NetworkOneSports.com, the site is down as far as giving you live coverage streaming online. So you can listen online on 102.7 KINX.com. Be sure and tell your friends out of our listening area. About ready for the second half to begin. The final 20 here tonight of our doubleheader. Argos lead at 34-32. There's the official whistle as we have the 30-second clock set. Rice will inbound. Open up the second half and we are underway with more of the Benefits Health System Game of the Week. Schultz and Rice out in front court. Want to work off the screen as they feed to Schultz right side. Looking inside to Clark. They have to work around the rainbow. Taylor now. He'll penetrate. Pull up inside the lane. Tried to feed to Clark. Gets his man up. Reeves goes up. Can't get the block shot. And Reeves will be at the free throw line. All right, check that. Clark will be at the free throw line. Reeves will pick up a whistle and a foul. And I believe that is Ryan Reeves' first personal on the big guy. The big 5-0 picks up whistle number 1. Reeves gets the whistle, the team foul. Clark at the free throw line is 1 for 2. At a total of 3 points in the first half. So here comes Clark. It's on its way. Good. Got to get every single thing you possibly can early on here in the second half because MSU will make a run. They're known for shooting 45% in the final 3 minutes. Clark at the free throw line for the Argos, trying to make it a 4-point lead. Got them both. 6'7" senior. Smooth as silk. In backcourt. Here comes Bray. Bray over to Porter to Dunsmore as they break that full court man-to-man press put on by Providence. Now they feed to Reeves. Look off pass as he goes to Dunsmore. Still has to kick it out in front court. They'll do so to Bray. Shot clock down to 10. Now the shot by Dunsmore. Three-pointer not there. Taylor picks it up out of the sky. He'll hold it for Providence. And Rice is going to take his time down court. Hits the midline far side. And he'll give over to Bashir, to Schultz, back to Bashir as they work it around the arc from right to left. Now he finds himself deep in the corner. Bashir penetrates out to Taylor, takes it in for the layup, got it to go. Jack Taylor, nice easy touch off the backboard. All of a sudden it's a 6-point, 4 unanswered for the Argos to open up the second half. Front court, that's Gabe Porter. He along with Bray. Trying to look inside to Dunsmore. He puts a prayer up and it's answered. Amen for his 9th point. Put up a floater that only could hit the back of the rim and then just kind of roll off the front. Just enough on it to get it done. As Taylor just made the 2, drives in. It's a mismatch. Now they go to Rice. Rice tried to go to Clark and it's picked off by Bray. Bray, Reeves, down court, Porter. Porter goes to Porter. Charles inside the lane. He's in charge. Now they kick it back out to Charles. He'll wave off the other Porter, which is Gabe, off the left side. Now, shot clock down to 14 as Dunsmore gets it in the corner. Trying to work it down low, then kick it out high. Dunsmore, pump fake, breaks toward the hoop. He'll go up, he'll lay it in. Count it, he'll be shooting for 3. Dunsmore got more than he bargained for. He wasn't done until he got the whistle and a 3-point opportunity. Cuts it to 2, 38-36. Here comes Norris Sias into the ball game. He'll come in for Clark, who just picked up his 3rd whistle. Team foul number 1 against both ball clubs. Clark at the 17:48 mark here in the second half. Dunsmore, MSU Northern. Shots up and yes. Dunsmore, that's his first make at a free throw line. He is 1 for 3 so far here this evening. He's got the sequence. He's got 3s, 2s, and 1-1. Taylor puts the brakes on. Now he's inside the lane. He's in trouble. Ball stolen away, picked up by Charles. Charles in charge. Over to Gabe. Gabe goes baseline, double team. Then he's going to be whistled for an offensive foul, player control. As he pushed off on that one on the far side to gain a little space. That's number 3 on number 3. Gabe Porter will come out. And that's Gabe Porter, not Hay Porter, from the Man in Black. Johnny Cash, one of his first 4 #1 songs. Argos have it, leading it by 1, 38-37, 17-17 on the clock. Norris Sias far side, gives to Schultz, pump fake, no shot, keeps it himself, goes deep in the corner. Now he's got to get rid of it. Norris Sias open on the far side, 3-pointer, comes up short, no good. Charles in charge, she's the Porter on the floor. Down court, Dunsmore. Now giving it up far side to Hughes, in and out, no good, 3-point, off the mark, Schultz gets the DB. Long pass, down court, Taylor, pump fake, 3-point range. Now he uses the dribble, now he'll penetrate in. Looking for someplace to go. He's inside the lane. He's got Reeves. He can't pump fake his way. He's got to get out of the key. Would have been a 3-second violation anyway. Stolen away by Hughes. Down court to Bray. Bray all the way, Bray. And all of a sudden, the Northern Lights have upped it by 1. The Argos led by 6. Now are down by 1 as we take a break. 16:31 left to play here in the ball game up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard. It's the Northern Lights 39, the Argos 38. We are back in 60 with more after this 60-second timeout.
Whether it's a dream road trip or rush hour traffic, it can still be destination yay when you hit the drive-thru for a one-of-a-kind Coke from McDonald's for just $1. Turn an everyday trip into everyday yay.
Final 20 of the day, doubleheader against the MSU Northern Lights. Welcome back, everyone, to the McLaughlin Center. Troy Mellinger coming your way here high, well, not necessarily high above courtside, but definitely and not high. But on stage here at the McLaughlin Center as we get ready for more action. As the Argos are down by 139-38, Taylor takes it inside, trying to penetrate. He'll get it up, he'll get it in. No, traveling call. They're going to wave off the two, which have given Providence a 1-point lead. Taylor took 1 in 10. He steps, might have been tripped up. Northern Lights will have it, leading by 1. Plenty of ball game left. Inbound from Hughes will go to Porter. Charles in charge in backcourt. Got to get it across the 10-second line, and he'll do so at the 6:14 mark. Ball taken away, no, but now taken away. Yeah, 2 turnovers back-to-back, and Reeves was alley-oop, but it's stripped out of his hands. Here comes Taylor, and it's stripped out of his hands by Reeves. Reeves, spin move, and no, they're going to say a blocking foul. The ball is stuck between the rim and the backboard. And Reeves, he tried to go for a pump fake. He'll be at the free throw line shooting a couple. That was a personal foul on Deshaun Rice. Picks up his first whistle. He thought he was standing there and his feet in cement. But he must have moved up underneath Reeves as Reeves gave him a pump fake and then went over the top of him. And he put the ball, like I say, right there in that spot that just kind of hangs up between the rim and the backboard. Shots up, shots in by Ryan Reeves. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Schultz will come out. McGregor will come in. 15:58 on the game clock. Reeves for MSU Northern. Doesn't get them both. Rebound to Sean. Kicks it out to Reeves, and MSU Northern will reset. Hughes on dribble out in front court. Makes his way. Ball tipped out of his hands. Stolen away by Providence. Here come the Argos. All the way down court, it is Berkeley. Berkeley, McGregor three-pointer, bingo! 41-40, Argos take a 1-point lead. 15:32 here remaining. Second half of the ball game, full court press is on as Porter kicks it to Deshaun, alley-oop, double hand slam by Reeves. You could see that one coming as he broke the press. That alley-oop was right on its mark. 42-41. This time shots up and in by Bashir. Bashir took it right to the hole. And we've traded leads for the 6th time tonight. Ball in backcourt. Hughes having trouble getting it across the 10-second line. Finally does so to Porter. Porter for MSU Northern. Inside the lane, kicks it out. As he feeds to Bray, he'll go down inside the lane to Reeves. Reeves dribbles it to the top of the free throw line. And we've got a personal foul. Looks like this one could be on Nora Sias. Nora Sias picks up whistle number. Nope. No, they're going to say it was McGregor picking up a whistle, not Nora Sias. Okay, it was 1-2, not 2-1. All right. Back in the ball game is Jones now for the Northern Lights. As Reeves will come out. Also looked like Anthony Harper He comes in for the second time this evening. Lights are down by one, 43-42. Makelarski backs himself out near the logo, the Argo logo. Now he's going to give it up to Jones. Now Hughes, pump fake inside the lane. Now he's double, triple team, jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of MSU Northern. Hughes found himself up underneath. So now with 14:35 remaining, MSU Northern will inbound. And it's Makelarski on the baseline. Looks to alley-oop. Waves everybody to kick out back. Now to Hughes. His three-pointer. M's out, no good. Rebound. High in the air goes Bashir. Down court to Norasias. He'll give it up to McGregor. Pump fakes from three-point range. He just cracked one. Couldn't get the shot off for his second. So the Argos will set up as MSU gets back in a hurry. As the Argos working around the left side, here comes Berkeley. Berkeley at the free throw line to McGregor deep in the corner. Shot clock down to 8. Inside to Bashir. It's up, but it won't go. He'll be at the free throw line shooting 2. Bashir at the free throw line so far here this evening. He's yet to be there. A couple of field goals, one in each half for a total of 4. 14:07 remains. Argos up by 1, 43-42. They've led by as much as 6. As Bashir settles in for the first of 2 on the second personal foul against Porter. That's Charles Porter. Bashir gets his first free throw. He's 1 for 1. Yes, Bashir, like I say, a couple of field goals. One of those field goals was a double hand slam that cost him a tee because of his excitement that followed. Second one goes as well. Argos open up a 3-point lead, 45-42. Makelarski in backcourt. Dribbles his way across the 10-second line, quickly double teamed. He's got to get rid of it, and there is going to be a timeout on the floor. Let us take the break. Let's do it. 60 seconds. Up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard. 13:58 remains in this one. It's a 3-point difference. Argos 45, Northern Lights 42. Back in 60 with more. Don't go away. We're back after this 60-second timeout.
Community. It's the people with whom you share something in common, who share your sense of place, this place. And whether you're a native or you stumbled upon our main street years ago, you're family. As family, we see the hard work you've done here over the years, and we've done our share too, creating more jobs, more opportunities, more ways to stay a family. And we'll keep working hard for you as we deliver on our promise of a bright future.
It was a 2-point ball game at halftime. It's 3 right now as the Argos have only scored 1 more than MSU Northern. The Lights have it, down 45-42. Welcome back to the McLaughlin Center. MSU Northern has it. They avoided the turnover and a 3-pointer this time taken but not make it as the reason they called that timeout. Here comes Rice now down court for the Argos, and he's going to be whistled and fouled by Kayvon Jones. At least whistle number 1, obviously. Team foul number 4 against MSU Northern. And we're going to keep it here during this break at 13:29 remaining. That is the first personal foul on the 6'5" senior out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He actually went to Northwestern Oklahoma State before he actually transferred over. He's a senior. It's his final year of eligibility. Just picked up whistle number 1, team foul number 4 against MSU Northern. The Lights down by 3, 45-42. The Argos, incidentally, at the free throw line. That should be Rice. Rice, as we come in, like I say, following this timeout, I don't believe has scored in the second half. As a matter of fact, he has scored, I believe, 8 points on the evening. And all in the first half. Didn't see any action very much here in the first, like I say, 6 minutes. 8 points, 2 for 2 at the free throw line, all twos. So he should be at the free throw line with a couple in just moments from now. Now remember, this is it for tonight's action, believe it or not. Doubleheader. We've had 2 good games so far. Surprising the first one because it was a 1-5 team taking on a 5-1 league mark. Here, of course, the Northern Lights come in at 3-3, while the Argos are at 1-2. So Rice will be at the free throw line. Both teams will fill the lanes as we come back to live action. 13:29 remains in this one. Second half. Rice at the free throw line. 2 for 2 so far tonight. His best is when he went 9 for 9. His worst is when he went 4 of 11. And he misses this one. Or check that. No, they're going to say, yeah, it did go in. It did rim out, then get right back in. So he's 3 for 3. Can he make it 4 for 4? No, this one rims out to the right side. Argos with a 4-point lead. MSU Northern with the rebound. In backcourt, Bray will give it up. He goes to Harper, who tries to get across the 10-second line, and they're going to say 10-second violation. Now that's the one that the Argos have been looking for pretty much all night tonight, as they've manned up and then they went to a zone full court press, and that time it cost the Northern Lights a possession. So Harper will come out, Jones will come out of the substitution. Argos lead it by 4 now with possession, up 46-42. Bit of a conference over there on the scorekeeper, the timekeeper. As like I say, the 30-second clock tells it all. When that hits 20, and they're not across the 10-second line, that's an automatic violation. So that's the first one tonight. It's been 9.5. And the conference is over in front of the timekeeper. So the Argos will have it inbounding near the center court, leading at 46-42. Argos would like to break a losing streak that has lasted since December 2nd. It's been a tough one all the way around as McGregor goes baseline, kicks it out as he'll feed to Berkeley. Berkeley wants to penetrate, and he looks off and he goes to Norasias. Norasias picks up his 3rd field goal. Argos lead by 6, their biggest lead, 48-42. Feed over far side as they go to Bakalarski. He'll hold it up right side. Shot clock down to 15. He's caught in the corner, gives it up to Reeves. MSU Northern has it, down by 6. Reeves, waiting for somebody, pump fake that time, takes it himself. Pull-up jumper doesn't go. Norasias outlet pass over to Rice, and it's a 2-on-2. Rice for the Argos, takes it baseline, kicks it out to Norasias. He wants to look at a 3. Now he'll penetrate in. No place to go, gets his man moving. He has to throw it out front court, and the Argos reset. Rice will have it. Norasias, he'll work inside the lane, back out to Rice. His 3-pointer, no, won't go. Rebound tipped in by Norasias, though. He came up, tipped it in, and we've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take it. Belt Valley Bank scoreboard reads 12:02 remaining, and it's an 8-point margin now for the Argos, up 50-42 over the Northern Lights. Back in 60 with more. Do not go away. We're back in 60 after this timeout.
Welcome to Pure Bliss Cycle Sales, your solution for pure riding excitement, located in Conrad, Montana. Pure Bliss Cycle has been serving customers in northern Montana since the early 60s and continue to help you as a customer find the unit that best suits your needs. The staff is very knowledgeable, and they continue to learn on the motorsports world as it constantly changes. They have gone a long way since the 3-wheeler days. Shop the showcase to see available units or in-stock inventory. Check out Pure Bliss Cycle Sales in Conrad today. When you've lived in the same area for years, you're bound to get involved in that community. From agriculture to athletics and everything in between, Randy Bogdan knows that communities thrive only with commitment. This is the same dedication and leadership that Randy and his team bring to serving you at Bogdan Agency. They'll show you how simple insurance can be with Farm Bureau Insurance. Contact the Bogdan Agency today, your Farm Bureau Insurance team for life. Commitment you can trust.
MSU Northern Lights down by 8, needed a timeout to kind of cool things off when it comes to the Argos, up 50-42 as we come back live to the McLaughlin Center on the campus of the University of Providence. Yes, welcome to a Wild and Woolly Wednesday evening. It's game 2 of a doubleheader. Lady Argos got the first game 67-62. Right now, the men lead 50-42 with the Lights trying to regain momentum, facing full court pressure. In backcourt, Bray. The bounce pass to Porter is back in the ball game to Dunsmore. Dunsmore, crossover move. He'll wait till everybody sets up now as MSU going head-to-head, man-to-man. Feed over to Dunsmore. He's open for a three-pointer, but it's off the rim, no good. Ball tipped into the hands of Porter. 2 Argos had a chance to retrieve that, but they tipped it right into Porter for MSU Northern. As Hughes clears it out to Dunsmore. Right around the arc we go. Shot clock down to 17. Feed over to Bray. Bray penetrates, tries to go in against McGregor. He's caught inside the lane. He's got to get out of it and does so. Now to Dunsmore. He'll go to Hughes. Hughes looks off the 3. Penetrates up, gives it to Bray. His three-pointer, back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Bashir. And Bashir will clear it out. He'll give it up to Berkeley. Berkeley with a pull-up jumper just inside the lane. That's his first 2, his first field goal. And it's a 10-point margin. Argos lead at 52-42. Dunsmore comes down, alley-oop, double hand slam for the second time in a row by Reeves. Anytime you break the press with an alley-oop down low, you know there's going to be a little bit of excitement, and the rim's going to rattle with a double hand slam. That was the second one tonight by Reeves. Argos up by 8, 52-44. We're almost midway through the second half, down to the 10:32 mark. McGregor on dribble now for the Argos, who are facing 2-3 zone defense. We've seen a box zone with the ladies, but it's a 2-3 zone as again Berkeley with a swish inside the lane. 3 substitutions ready to come in for head coach Anthony Owens when the next whistle blows. As Hughes across the 10-second line over to Bray. Bray and Hughes working the front court now for the Northern Lights. As we've come down to the 10-minute mark, we're halfway through the second half, and with a steal, Rice gets it to McGregor, 10-footer, off the glass and in. Talk about using the bank. And all of a sudden it is a 12-point lead as McGregor knocks it down, and are we going to take the break? Is it going to be a 30? Yes, it is. Let's take the break. Up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard, 9:54 remains in our doubleheader. Your score, Argos 56, Northern Lights 40.
Making the decision to work with Dan and Jamie in the results program helped take my athleticism to the next level. Gave me a step up and allowed me, when I went into high school and when I went into college and even the pros, to be one of the more athletic people wherever I went, just because I had been training on it so long. No matter how hard you think you're working, that there's always somebody out there that wants your spot and one day will be your competition. If you want to make it to the highest level, then you will face those types of people, and you've got to be ready. And if you've put in the work before, you will be.
Star Radio, on air, on target, and free.
When Great Falls looks for entertainment and news and information, Star Radio comes through.
Our web and social sites are among the most visited sites in our daily lives.
When important events happen both big and small, Star Radio is there to inform.
Today, with more ways than ever to experience the moments that transform our lives, Montanans choose Star.
Back on January 2nd, MSU Northern defeated the University of Providence 74-63 in 11-point victory. Now, the Northern Lights find themselves down by 12. 9:43 remaining, inside to Reeves, as head coach Adam Hughes tried to break things up a little bit as far as momentum goes and turn things around. All of a sudden, the Argos now on a run as they go to Berkeley. Berkeley whistling a foul by Reeves of MSU Northern. He'll be at the free throw line. He's made his last 2 field goal attempts, except for that one, which brought a foul. So a turnaround, all of a sudden, double digits. The Argos leading at 56-44, and Berkeley wants more. The 6'3" senior out of Jacksonville, Arkansas. He's got a couple off the second personal foul on Ryan Reeves. So Berkeley for Providence gets the friendly roll, drops it in. That's his first free throw tonight. He's 1 for 1. Jones will come in. Dunsmore will come out on the Northern Lights substitution. Just over 9.5 remaining. As once again Berkeley eyes the bucket for Providence and count this one as well. We're going to keep it here during this break. We'll update you incidentally with some of the action that is taking place around, as a matter of fact, the state of Montana. We have one score, like I say, in from earlier. Not much really happens on a Wednesday. Lady Argos did defeat the Skylight 67-62. We did briefly get a chance to mention the Argos esports team. Big write-up, of course, in the Great Falls Tribune. The Argo puts together an esports program. This is a team primarily focusing on League of Legends, the most popular game among varsity collegiate esports programs. League of Legends, from what we understand, is a third-person online multiplayer fantasy battle arena game played by, get this, 95% of the current esports teams in the U.S. And guess what? University of Providence is going to add it for what looks to be next year. In other words, this fall, for the 18-19 school year, they'll have it in the program, which, incidentally, could be prepared to offer 10 to 15 more scholarships, and that's just initially, so pretty impressive. As the Argos take the court, leading it by 14, 58-44. Northern Lights have 5 team fouls, Argos have 3. Jones comes back in the ballgame now for MSU Northern, as Hughes gets ready to inbounds, and he'll go to Bakalarski. Bakalarski in backcourt with Hughes, facing the full court pressure put on by the Argos. Over to Hughes. Hughes on the far side. As Hughes, still on dribble out in front court, working it from left to right. Now he'll go to Porter. Shot clock down to 10. Inside the lane, Reeves takes it right up, puts it up. Can't get it to go, but he'll be at the free throw line shooting a couple. Ryan Reeves at the free throw line. So far, he is 2 for 4, shooting 50-50. Made 2 in a row one time. It just wasn't at the same time he was at the free throw line. So Reeves now for MSU Northern. The first one is up, the first one is in. He'll get that one to fall. Now that cuts it to 13, 58-45 at the 9:08 mark. So we're just barely into the second half of the second half. Jones will come out. Back in the ballgame now is Gabe Porter. So head coach Sean Hughes is looking for a quicker yet shorter team as Hughes comes over for a bit of a briefing. Shots up this time by Reeves, back the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Clark. Clark will bring it down, gives it off now to Berkeley. Berkeley's really had a great second half, and I should say he came in about 12 minutes, 8 minutes into that second half with 12 on the clock, and he's really put 5 up on the board. As Berkeley feeds it to the right side. Pump fake, trying to take it in is Schultz. Schultz to Tanner, but Tanner's called for, out of bounds, touched the line. An infraction, a turnover. Remember, the Argos only had 4 turnovers in that entire first half. 8:44 remaining. Clark out. And Bashir back in on the Argo substitution. Providence up 58-45. But the Northern Lights have the ball. Hughes in backcourt to Bakalarski. Bakalarski on dribble on the far side. Takes it to the right wing. Looking for someplace out in front court. Goes to Porter. Gabe Porter inside to Reeves. Reeves puts it right up. Counted. He'll be shooting for 3. They're looking for the big guy deep down low, especially if they can't get a really nice three-point shot within the first 15 seconds on the shot clock. That time it's the third personal foul on Trayvon Bashir. 5th team foul against both ball clubs. Trayvon will stay in as Reeves gets it now for MSU. Northern gets up, and it's a three-point play. That cuts it to 10, 58-48. Now some pressure applied in backcourt by the Northern Lights. Berkeley kicks it right side to Schultz, and we've got a whistle and a foul. And I think Reeves tried to get the blocking player control, but it didn't go his way. 8:18 remaining here in the second half. That's the third personal foul, all in the second half by Ryan Reeves. And Rice now will inbound for Providence. Baseline, kicks it out in front court to Berkeley. It's a set design play. Everybody spreads now as Berkeley tries to take it inside the lane. He's going head-to-head against Reeves. Shots up, not there. Bakalarski has it stolen away by Schultz. Now it's stolen away by Hughes. Hughes down court to Porter. Porter, pull-up jumper, three-pointer, bingo! Gabe Porter cracks the whip for the first time tonight with a 3 in the second half that cuts it to 7. And all of a sudden now at the 7:54 mark, Argo's lead is cut 58-51. Rice dribbles out near the half-court mark. Holds up in front court, waits for Taylor. Inside to Bashir. Back now to Rice. Shot clock down to 10. Around the shoehorn, they're going to go to Schultz. Back out for a 3. Bingo! Schultz set him up like a prize fighter for the knockout, and that was worth 3. Each team answered with 3 all the way down. Bakalarski, and it's going to be swatted out by Bashir. Now Hughes for a 3-pointer, but it won't fall. Rebound Bashir. Argos come over with it with a great block shot by Bashir, and he gets the rebound as well. Berkeley inside, yes. Berkeley got that one to fall. And all of a sudden, 5 unanswered, mean it's a 12-point lead for Providence. Up 63-51, 6:57 on the clock. Second half winding itself down. Reeves kicks it off now to Bray. Bray sets for a 3-pointer, not there. Rims out, rebound Rice. Argos want to push it. Down court Rice, pump fake. Feeds it over to Bashir, no shot, they go to Schultz. His 3-pointer, bingo! Jared Schultz, 2 in a row. And all of a sudden he's making it rain. 66-51, 6.5 remaining. Northern Lights trying to stay with it. Cut it to 57-50, but that has been it. And I should say 58-51. They go inside to Reeves. He'll put it up, won't go, gets his own rebound. It's going to be a block shot. They're going to say a foul, 2-shot foul against which Argo? Ryan Reeves at the free throw line. He had a 3-point play here just a moment ago. That's the 6th team foul against both ball clubs. Stops the clock at the 6:13 mark. It'll be the first personal on Schultz. Picks up whistle number 1 for Providence. So Ryan Reeves now trying to catch his breath after an exhilarating offensive rebound putback. Just would not give up. That one goes awry, so he's 0 for 1 in this account. Berkeley will come out. Back in is Clark for Providence. So Reeves, this time for MSU Northern, gets it to go. That cuts it to 14. 66-52 at the 6:10 mark. Pressure broken by Schultz. Schultz for Providence takes it across the 10-second line near side. Goes to the right wing just to hold up and give to Rice. Rice looking over to head coach Anthony Owens. Getting the play called. A little bit of instruction. Feeds it to Taylor. Pump fake. Shot clock down to 5. Schultz, McGregor. He looks up at the shot clock. Crocs over move. Gives to Clark. Clark gets his man up. And no. It's going to be a shot clock violation. It's the first one. And it's going to be waved off as Clark got the 2 to go. But no. Remains 66-52. Reeves will come out. Dunsmore will come in on the substitution for the Northern Lights, who are down 66-52. Also coming into the ball game is Norasias. He'll come in for Clark on the Argos sub. Argos put on full court pressure. In backcourt, it's Hughes to inbound to Bray. Bray for MSU Northern in backcourt, facing double team. Bounce pass over to Hughes. He's got to break it. Finally does so, and it took him 7 to do so. Feed over to Dunsmore. 3-pointer off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound into the hands of Bray. Bray steps out in front court. Looking for someplace. There's Dunsmore. Dunsmore takes it all the way up and all the way in. 6'6" sophomore had a bit of a height advantage as the Argos try to break the press. Up by 12, 66-54. We're at the 5:12 mark. Second half winding down. Doubleheader winding down. First one went to the Lady Argos, 67-62. This one here could be just as exciting, just as tense as Schultz for a three-pointer. Comes off the front of the rim, rebound. Ball's on the floor, picked up by Backelstreet. Down court, Bray. Bray holds up, it's a 1-on-4. Yeah, that was Backelarski. Bray has it on dribble. Now he'll swing past to Backelarski. His three-pointer off the rim, no good. Rebound goes Rice now for Providence, and he'll hold up, no outlet pass, and he'll walk it down court. 4.5 remaining. Argos up 66-54. Out in front court, Taylor and Rice. Back and forth. Taylor now, he'll take it inside the lane, and he'll go down low. We've got a whistle and a foul as Taylor's momentum carried him right into Dunsmore, so it's a player control offensive foul. Team foul number 7 against the Argos puts the ball back in the hands of the Northern Lights. That's the first personal foul, incidentally. I'm sorry, number 2 on number 1. Jack Taylor. Taylor out, Berkeley back in. And that's for the Argos. Hughes is out. And back in is Porter. Now remember, Charles Porter is playing with 3 personal fouls. That's right, number 33. He's in backcourt, facing pressure. Gets it across, Bray. Bray penetrates, goes over to Backelarski. Now to Porter for a three-pointer. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Can't get that one to go. Ball tipped into the hands of Rice. Providence will have it as we reach the 4-minute mark here in the second half. Jones ready to check in now for MSU Northern. Rice holding the ball out in front court near the center circle. Gives it up to Schultz, who just missed a 3. Schultz penetrates. Couple of dribbles. Now to Rice. He'll give it inside to Berkeley. Berkeley's pull-up jumper, pow! Got it to go, up by 14, 68-54. 3:32 remaining. Backelarski. As MSU Northern trying to drop down a 3 or 2. Gives it up to Porter, shot clock at 15. He takes it all the way in. Charles in charge just to kick it out to Backelarski. He'll penetrate in. We've got a whistle and a holding foul on Norris Sias. That's team foul, I believe, number 7 on MSU Northern. So the Lights should be at the free throw line, shooting at least a 1-and-1 at the 3:17 mark here in the game. Still have yet to see if it's going to be a 2-shot foul or 1-and-1. Second personal foul, incidentally, on Norris Sias. That's his second. 3:17 on the clock. That's all that's left in this doubleheader. And this Wednesday night is getting wild and woolly as Norris Sias will come out. Back in as Bashir for Providence. Free throw line. It's a 1-and-1. They haven't put it up on the scoreboard yet that it's the 7th team foul, but Backelarski is up. Backelarski is in. That's his first point in tonight. The 6'3" junior out of Olalla, Washington. He also attended Walla Walla Community College before transferring to MSU Northern. His second of a 1-and-1, count it. Went 2 for 2. Timeout on the floor. Let's take this break up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard. 3:17 remains in this one, and a doubleheader as well. It's the Argos 68, the Northern Lights 56. We're back in 60 seconds after this timeout.
Our radio more than any other radio station.
It takes tremendous effort, cooperation of management, programming, technology, engineering, sales, and marketing, and community involvement to ensure a station brand commits to life for the advertiser and listener.
Star Radio is more than what goes out over the air.
It's who we are.
It's how we live and what we do for the public.
Reaching more people, touching more lives. We are Star Radio, proud and privileged to serve.
I am Taco. Taco John's Chicken Sopapilla Taco. Go ahead, say it with me. Sopapilla. That's right. The Sopapilla isn't just for dessert. It's also for creating Taco John's most insane original taco yet. Me! The Chicken Sopapilla Taco. Stuffed with crunchy chicken, kicked up with honey habanero sauce, and topped with lime sour cream, shredded cheddar cheese, and fresh pico de gallo. You always say you should try new things. Well, here I am. Try me. Taco John's. Unwrap the original.
coverage as the University of Providence hosting MSU Northern out of Havre. First game went to the Lady Argos, 67-62. Meanwhile, the Argos lead this one by 12, 68-56 on the men's side. And the full court press is on, put on by the Northern Lights. In backcourt, it is Bashir and Berkeley. They're trying to break things across. They get it across with 1 second left. 9.2 seconds to get it across that 10-second line. That's working the clock. McGregor at the 3-minute mark. Wants to penetrate in, nothing doing. He finds himself underneath the hoop, inside to Bashir, but he won't take this shot. Instead, they're going to go to Berkeley for a three-pointer. Bingo! Berkeley makes him pay for leaving him wide open, top of the key. Biggest lead up by 15, 71-56. Feed over to Bakalarski. He's out in front court. He waves everybody off, moves it left side as he goes to Porter. That's Gabe Porter, penetrates in, goes for the layup, puts the shot up, and it comes up short. Fight for a rebound, a whistle and a foul. As nothing's falling right now except players on the floor for the Northern Lights. 2:26 remains in this one. Argos have it all but knotted up, locked up. Up by 15, 71-56. That is the 7th team foul up on the board, although it should be 8. At the free throw line will be Rice. Rice is nice tonight from the free throw line. He is 3-4-4. Missed his last one. First one up, first one in. So the Lights got the 11-point lead back on January 2nd. And right now the Argos are playing their game here at the McLaughlin setting, leading by 16. But the free throw line is Rice going 2 for 2. 73-56 your score. Northern Lights trailing. As Bakalarski feeds it over to Porter. Three-pointer, bingo! Gabe Porter, he's only 2 for 5 from three-point range. But that one helped as we hit the 2:10 mark. Ball game winding itself up 30 seconds at a time. And that's exactly what the Argos would like to do. As Berkeley goes in, they're going to say a whistle out of bounds, and Jones tipped it out. So Providence will inbound right side bucket baseline to inbound. Under 2 remaining, up 73-59. Rice to inbound. Slap of the ball goes to Bashir. Hands off back to Rice. He'll bring it up top side as the Argos will reset. Rice on dribble. Gets his man moving left, right. Feeds it over to Bashir. Has it stripped out of his hands by Charles Porter. That's right. Charles and Gabe, both Porters out there on the floor. Charles in charge all the way in. A whistle and a foul. As I think he took Berkeley to the floor. I think that's number 9 also team-wise against Providence. So it's definitely a 1-1 at the 1:41 mark. Charles at the free throw line. Charles Porter, 2 for 2, hasn't scored in the second half. He had a couple of 2s and a 3, 9 points in the first half, but he went cold here in the final 20 minutes. As they wipe off the perspiration from Berkeley, who hit the floor, the hardwood. At the free throw line will be Charles Porter. Of course, Gabe Porter out there as well. Clock stopped at 1:41 remaining. Second personal, like I say, on Berkeley. They won't rest easy. It's a 1-1. As Porter puts it up, Porter puts it in. It drops in, kind of rims around. Finds its way to the bottom of the net. Now he's in double figures with 10 points. 9, like I say, though, in the first half. As the crowd begins to become sparse, Porter goes 2 for 2 at the free throw line. Crowd begins to thin here at the McLaughlin Center. Argos inbound, ball tipped out. 1:37 remaining in an 18-point ball game. Or check that. That's a 12-point ball game. 73-61. Argos with the lead and the ball. Backcourt Rice. Midline, center circle, finally crosses. Now moves to his right side. Wants to dribble, some time off the clock. And a whistle at a foul, so that'll put Rice at the free throw line once again shooting. He made his last 2. Made his last 2, made his last 5 out of 6. He's only missed 1. Clock stopped at 1:27 remaining. Argos needed to break that losing streak. Like I say, the Argos hadn't won since, get this, December 2nd against Rocky Mountain. It was a conference ball game. It was their own conference game that they won as Rice goes 1-1. He'll get one more for the Argos. That was clear back on December 2nd, the last time that the Argos felt victory. It was an 86-79 win against Rocky Mountain here at the McLaughlin Center. Second one is also good by Rice. And a timeout on the floor. Let's take it. This might be our final break of the evening. Up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard, 1:27 remains in our doubleheader, with the Argos leading 75-61 over the Northern Lights. We're back in 60 seconds with more, so stay put. We're back in 60.
Hi, this is Randy.
Randy, it's Steph. We got into an accident.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, but my friend is driving. They took her to the hospital.
Is she okay?
I'm not sure. What should I do?
Does she have auto or life insurance?
I don't know. Is she supposed to?
She should. Her parents could be left with all of her medical bills and even her student debt.
Oh no, what do we do?
The time to get the insurance is before the accident. See me today, and let's get you covered.
Contact the Bogdan Agency, your Farm Bureau insurance team for life.
.127 remains in this matchup between the University of Providence and MSU Northern. Argos lead at 75-61 and still applying some full court pressure as we come back to live action. Charles in charge in backcourt. He's one of the two porters. The other, of course, is Gabe, who gets it on the left side, who just knocked down a three. But he's going to give it up to Bray. Bray comes up a little bit short on his three attempt, and the Argos get the defensive board. 1:09 remaining as Rice across the 10-second line just to bring it down court now for Providence and kill the clock. Feeds it over to Berkeley. Shot clock now down to 15. We're under a minute left to play. Berkeley wants to penetrate. Cut off by Bakalarski. Takes it up. Partially blocked by Bakalarski. Rebound. Down court. Here comes Porter up off the glass. It won't fall. McGregor skies, gets the rebound, and his work his way to cut off some time. 37 remains. The Argos are going to get their second conference win of the season. They'll go 2-2 on the year so far, and they break a 6-game losing streak. They haven't won since December 2nd. Berkeley up, and it won't fall. Ball tipped into the hands of Porter. Here comes Bray. Bray for MSU Northern to Charles Porter. His three-pointer. Bingo! At the 12-second mark. Final seconds remain. Shot clock turned off. And Rice will clear it out. And Providence will come up with a victory after losing one just a couple of weeks ago. Back on the 2nd of January to Northern. They come away with a 75-64 win. What a big one here tonight. So a sweep. Lady Argos and Argos on the men's side also get the victory against the MSU Northern Lights. They'll come up a little bit empty-handed. Now they'll take it home for a 3-game homestand. We'll talk about that in our postgame show. So up at the Belt Valley Bank scoreboard, your final score: the Argos 75, the Northern Lights 64. And we'll be back in 3 minutes with your Benefis Health System Game of the Week postgame show right after this 3-minute timeout.